how everything was going to work out. Oh, thank goodness you're recording this now. So see, whoever gets on this is just going to get the ending of this, but that's okay. What I'm going to say is to those who are just getting this part of the replay is my summer of leaks. My arm wasn't working. I was taking care of wells on a resort that went dry. My car stopped working. Rats had chewed the wires. People had canceled their art classes with me that were supposed to help pay my rent. My rent was due. Money was leaking out of my account and I didn't know where it was going. And I'd had this conversation with God and he literally told me to find the leaks in my life. And that's kind of where we're at. So I didn't know exactly how all of this was going to be resolved. But what I knew was that it would be. And I could find actual joy in the moment that all of these things were happening to me, or I could be filled with anger, frustration, fear. And that wasn't going to serve me at all. And it wasn't going to help the situation. But when I got into gratitude for everything going wrong, or was it really going wrong? See, that's the thing. Now I'm going to tell you another little story that adds into my perception of all of this. And it's the story about the old Chinese proverb or Teos farmer story. I heard it about a Teos farmer. And this Teos farmer was living in a village and it was harvest. It was time for them to plow their fields and plant their wheat. And the farmer's plow horse ran away, broke out of the fence, ran away. And what happened was the villagers came over and said, this is so bad. This is really bad luck. This is the worst thing that could happen to you. And the farmer just looked at them and said, maybe, maybe not. And they said, what do you mean? This is really bad. And he said, might be, might not be. And they said, how can you think like that? This is terrible. And they left just shaking their heads at him like, what? How can he think this is not even think that this is the most terrible thing that could happen to him? Well, about a week later, his horse came back with 20 wild horses following it. And all the villagers came over and said, wow, you have 20 horses. They're very valuable to the community. And this man could break these horses and sell them or use them on his own farm. And these villagers were ecstatic. This is such good news. This is the most luckiest thing that could have ever happened to you. And the farmer just looked at them and said, maybe, maybe not. So they were just baffled. Well, of course, this is good news. This is good luck. This is the best thing that could have happened. Maybe, maybe not. The villagers just left, just befuddled at this guy. Like, what? We don't get him. So they walked away. And then a short time later, his only son was out there breaking one of the horses, and he got thrown off and broke his leg. And guess what? By now it's harvest time. And all the villagers come over and they're like, this is the worst thing that could have ever happened. And you know exactly what the farmer's going to say, right? Maybe, maybe not. And they're just, we don't get you. You're crazy because your son just broke his leg and it's harvest time and you have no one else to help you. So the next day, a whole entire regime from an army of the nearby village comes in and says, there's war happening all over around us, and we need all of the young men from your village to come help us, except that one with the broken leg. All of the villagers came over and said, well, maybe you were right, that it was good that your son broke his leg because now he doesn't have to go to war and all of our sons are gone. And they said, this is the best luck ever. And the farmer, of course, says, maybe, maybe not. So what I had been learning this past year is actually a law. It's a law, a universal law called the law of relativity. And what this law is that everything is relative. What we perceive to be bad or good is only our perception of it. And we have the freedom to act or be acted upon, right? So we can choose to how we're going to react in a situation, or we can be acted upon by that situation. And I was sitting there with all of these things happening to me. And I had a choice. Somebody's asking if the live is frozen. It looks like I'm not. Can you, if I look frozen on the screen? Okay, it says she's working. Okay. So I have a choice right then and there to choose how I'm going to act or react. Now, granted, I'm going to feel the feels, right? And I did. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, not with this arm. It was all one-armed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But then I remembered, and I think that's key, to take a deep breath and remember your tools that you've been given. And these are the tools. What do I want to feel right now? I want to feel joy in the journey. What would I love? Close my eyes and I'm going to see it done. I'm going to see the vision of how I would like it to turn out. And then how am I going to feel when I find the leak, when my arm starts working again, when my car starts working again, and my rent is paid? I'm going to feel amazing. I'm going to feel like God really loves me. I'm going to feel loved. I'm going to feel like cared for, like I can put more trust in him and that he's got my back. And that's exactly what happened. And I was able to find the leak in the house. I explained that to you. I found the leak where all the water was going into that bathtub. The dealership fixed my car was the VIN number was applied to somebody else in another city. They fixed it and they gave me a new set of tires and a year of free oil changes for my trouble. And then the insurance reimbursed me for the rats chewing my car. And I drove home. I actually went to my chiropractor and he said, "My friend, your wing is broken and we got to get you flying again." And he fixed it. And I was good to go. But I loved what he said. It's time for you to fly again. And everything worked out. And I seriously, when I was in my car going through all of this, I had the radio on and there was a song playing. And I'm just going to see if I can find the words to the lyrics here. Let's see. I don't see them like in my, I typed this all up, but I think I can say it to you. You've probably heard this song before, but it's, what if your blessings come through raindrops? What if the trials in your life are, do you guys know that song? Yeah, sing it for us, Jamie. I have the song pulled up, but I don't even dare share screen because I don't know where it's at. So I just tried to find the other thing. But that's the song. What if the trials in your life are, we can't get, somebody said the other day, it's not all butterflies and rainbows. Well, how do we get butterflies? Somebody say it in the chat. Come on, where do butterflies come from or through? And Jamie put, what if your healing comes through your pain? Yes, it's called Blessing by Laura Story. Thank you. So who knows where the butterflies come from? I don't see anybody posting that. What is it? Maybe somebody's posting and I can't see it. Transformation, yes. Thank you, Angela. They transform from an ugly little caterpillar and then they go through this chrysalis transformation into a beautiful butterfly. And it's not all butterflies and rainbows, but really it is. And where do rainbows come from? What do we have to have before we get the rainbow? We have to have the rain, right? We have to go through the storm. Remember the buffalo herd that I showed you yesterday? And we gather together and we are a team going through the storms together. And we come out on the other side faster and stronger than we were before. That experience helped me so much because one of the things that I did was I went and looked at my bank account And I didn't know that I had about $300 a month going out of my account in things like Netflix, car wash thing that I didn't even use, some company that I paid $27 a month to fix my computer if it ever got broken, I could run it to their store. I'm talking Spotify. I'm talking like my son had ordered, I can't tell you how many games were on there, like that I was paying $5.95 for them and they equaled $87. So God was trying to get my attention to say, hey, go check the leaks that are going on in your life. Then I started looking at some of my relationships and I said, okay, wait a minute. I have 7 kids and they're out there in the world. Well, one of them's still at home, but am I checking in with my kids every week? Am I doing the little things to fill the holes in the relationship so that I can build and fill the buckets between me and them? And literally, sorry, I was shown where the holes were in my buckets. In my bucket, I was shown where all the holes were. And he helped me to fill up the holes so I could start filling my bucket. So I would love to give you more of those nuggets because there's something called a thought stream and we just didn't have time to do it in the 45 minutes. It's a lot of what I went through in that, what I described to you, but there is a formula and I would love to give it to you. And that's when we're going to dive deeper in our 6-week course. And there's lots of other things like some mindset mastery that we're going to do there too. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the stick man, but it's where you learn about what your subconscious brain does and your conscious brain does, and the thoughts that come into your mind and how to kick out the ones you don't want and how to keep. And this is, so Angela, when you were asking, how do I create the life I want? How do I do those things? That's how you do it. There's some really cool stuff that your brain can literally start creating what you would love. And part of it is through visioning, and part of it is through some other techniques that we can teach you. So we only have a few minutes left, but I did want to read something to you. This is that I did in my miracle morning, and this is part of my miracle morning. It's called Jesus Calling. I absolutely fell in love with it. Some Christian friends of mine on another training like this sent me the book, and we started just doing it like it's a little paragraph for every day. So I felt like I wanted to read you today, if you don't mind. I don't know if I can get these water out of my eyes. Hold on. Can't see it very well. I don't have my reading glasses, and don't laugh at me, please, because I'm just going to, no, I'm not. I can't even do that. Okay. Give me a second. I'm going to focus on this book. I am with you in all that you do, even in the most menial task. I am always aware of you, concerned with your every detail of your life. Nothing escapes my notice, not even the number of the hairs on your head. However, your awareness of my presence falters and flickers, and as a result, your life experience feels fragmented. When you focus, your focus is broad enough to include me in your thoughts. You feel safe and complete. When your perception narrows on the problems or details fill your consciousness, you feel empty and incomplete. And I thought that was perfect for today, because where are our conscious thoughts going? And what are we focusing on? And he's saying, if your thoughts are broad enough to include me, then you feel safe and complete, but otherwise you feel empty and incomplete. Learn to look steadfastly at me in all your moments and in all your circumstances. Though the world is unstable and in flux, you can experience continuity through your uninterrupted awareness of my presence. Fix your gaze on what is unseen, even as the visible world parades before your eyes. So I love that, because we're always about, there's always unseen help. And that's another thing that we will be touching on, is how to recognize the unseen help and how to actually call down the heavens to help you in your life and in any struggle that you might be having. So I want to just, let's see, ladies, can I have one more minute? Share one more thing? Am I good to go? Okay. So what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to have this put in the email. I'll send it to Jamie and she'll put this out in the email. And this is going to go along with day 4. So I am just hoping and praying that all of you stick with us to day 4, because an incredible woman, her name is Kristen Wall, and she is her thing is creating declarations. And I was given these declarations when I was 18 years old. And I was given, well, I think I was 19, but I was given them, this was given to me by a mentor who was helping me at that time. And he said, please read these every day of your life and your life will change. So this was just my beginning of understanding that when we say I am, it is so powerful. The words I am, if you look biblically, I am, oh, okay, hang on. Clarissa just said I didn't tell you the word of the day. Before I forget, the word of the day is by. B-Y, by. Got it? Okay. All right, so these declarations are I am statements. I'm not going to read them all to you, but I'm going to give you this gift. I am healthy. I am strong. I am fit. I am powerful. I am positive. I am enthused. I am motivated. I am loving. I am sharing. I am patient. I am peaceful. I am honest. I am truthful. I am comfortable. I am considerate. I am calm. I am relaxed. I am brilliant. I am intuitive. I am creative. I am capable. I am organized. Now, see right there, that word, when I read that word, I go, no, you're not. And I don't know how many of you, as I'm reading these, are like, no, not me. No, I'm not that. I'm not that. But here's the thing. Even if I'm not organized, my brain doesn't know that. Only knows what I tell it in the, I'm just giving you a tidbit here. The subconscious will take whatever I'm telling it the most of and send it down to the conscious brain. So if I read this every single day, like my friend said, I'm saying I am this, not I am stupid. I am so dumb. I am so clumsy. I am so ugly today. Look at when you're looking in the mirror at yourself, what kind of things are you saying to yourself? So these are really important. And biblically, I am, if you've ever like reading Moses when he's on the Mount Sinai talking to God, and he said, who are you? And God said, I am that I am. So when you talk about I am, that's the God in you. And that's who you're referring to, is that power within you and how powerful you are. So please understand that you already have the power within you. You just need to access it. And you can do that through these powerful declarations and affirmations. And Kristen's going to help you understand a lot more about that on day 4. And tomorrow on day 3, we're going to learn more about, so I've been doing more of the mind part of this, and tomorrow we're going to do the body part. And then day 4 with Kristen will be more of the spirit part of this. So I'm excited for you guys to stick with us and learn about physical and mental well-being tomorrow. And we have a special guest, Christy Lee. Let's see, are there any questions before we end our day? You guys can type in the chat. Even if you guys type in the chat questions for later, we can always address those in the email or come back on and do a short little post on the Facebook group. So if you think of something during evening tonight, or you think if something's going on now, tell me if this is right, Barb and Jamie, can they post in here today, tonight, if anything's, because I know a couple of my friends that were having some technical difficulties. Could they post in here and have us reply in here to them? I think that might be a good idea. What do you think, Jamie?
Sorry, I got kicked off for a second. I hope that didn't mess anything up. Are you talking about questions? Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Questions, feel free to post them in the chat, or not in the chat. Post them in the group as a post in our Facebook group, and then we can pop in and answer them that way. I would say also feel free to private message any of us. But yeah, I would say do a Facebook post, ask the question in the group, or private message us if you don't want to be public about it.
Awesome. Okay, you guys, I hope that you felt like that was valuable today. And if so, just put a little something in the chat and let me know that that was of value to you. And I just hope that you can go through the rest of your day finding joy in your journey and using some of these nuggets. And let's see, ladies, is there anything else that I was supposed to touch on? Yeah, we good to go?
I think
Where
we're
is,
good.
okay, Claudia just had a question. Where is everybody sending the vision boards and the word of the day?
So word of the day, you'll reply to the email that Jamie is sending out today. And if you don't get that email, then direct message Jamie. And then vision board, you can just, you know, in the group, Happy Moms, Happy Life. And when you just jump into the group, it'll say your name. And so it's like you're posting a comment. So just snap a picture, post it as a comment. If you've got a comment to go with it, you know, let us know your experience with getting started, your experience in anything that you want to share. We want to hear your comments, and just know that as we share, we're lifting each other up. We're giving each other inspiration. We're giving each other ideas, and, you know, we're cheering each other on. That is what this group is about, is to lift and empower you and to cheer one another on and create this wonderful community of women. And then Jamie, the Calendly link for them for the clarity call.
Yes, I'll post that in the Facebook group and tag everybody. So hop on that and just schedule a quick 15 minutes with us. We want to chat with you face to face, so where we can't see you on Facebook. And we love to just meet and just see if there's any questions you have and help you find what's the next right best step for you on your journey.
You put us all in there.
Yes. All right, we good to go?
Bye, everybody.
See you tomorrow.
Have a great day.
1
Yep.
o'clock.
Tomorrow.
1 o'clock. Should be there. Be square. Take care.